Hey everyone, it's Cassie.
It's SB. We're best friend-in-laws. We've got some shit to say.
I'm ready, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Howdy doody, bestie.
Hey.
No. Hey.
I was
Howdy doody.
got me some grandma's sweet taste.
That sounds
What do you
good.
Grandma, what do you have?
I have a mango Bellini.
Also sounds yummy.
Sounds alcoholic. It's fine. Don't call it a comeback. How were finals?
Horrible. They were horrible.
Don't say that.
No, they were I just think
And
some of the classes, they put so much work the week before, and then to have the final that week after was just
yeah. We won't say it was horrible. We'll say it was an experience.
Yes. I feel like I'm done with the 5 classes. I feel like my last finals weren't as bad with 3 classes, so I'm taking 4 in the fall.
Well, I'm getting my lashes removed this week, so that's why they look kind of like this today. Because all I've been doing is being a little fish with my little fish, and we've been in the pool every day.
You're going to take advantage of that pool. Soak it
Oh,
up.
yeah. Yeah. I literally was so hot all day, and I was just we ate dinner, or early dinner, and I was I got 45 minutes before we record, guys. Let's get in the pool. And they're okay.
Oh, you're going to have some little brown babies this summer.
Luckily, our pool's shaded after 2.
That's true. Yeah, we're all living in FOMO over here watching your stories.
No. I wish you weren't too... I mean, you're not that far, but I say, come swim. But by the time your husband gets home, he's no.
He's just we have to block out an hour of time just to commute there and back. Anyways, let's jump right into it. What you got on the topics today?
Okay, so let me hit you with what type of parenting style mom are you?
I'm just kidding. Survival mode. No, I've seen these videos of when you send me them. I'm trying so hard to understand. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So you got to break it down for me. What's the difference?
So I was on parenting.com to really look into it. Pretty much, I'm going to say off the bat, you're definitely a type A. You're a type A.
Okay.
I feel for me, I'm a type C.
Okay.
Because I feel I have a little bit of both.
Okay, so
except you're not.
We should break it down. What depends on for what? What is a type A then? I need to know.
I'm trying to find the type A. Just this one only tells me type B. Okay, so a type A mom thrives in order and planning, while type B moms embrace flexibility and spontaneity. They're more spontaneous.
Okay.
A type C mom mashes both, often juggling the intensity of a type A energy with a little bit of messy and reality of their everyday life. Who does that sound like?
Okay. I feel I've seen a video where this lady, she obviously she enacts A, B, and C.
Yeah.
But she walks in the house. Is this one you sent me where she walks in the house and it's spotless and she's excuse the mess?
Yeah.
And it's fucking spotless. And it's what mess, girl? What mess?
And then her kids' sandwiches are sparkling water, no red dye. I feel some of the videos are a little dramatic, but
yeah,
reality, or you think about it, how it was the white SUV mom versus a black SUV mom. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But this is a type B. My kids send some of them. It's spontaneous, easygoing, flexible, can be forgetful at times, may not always be on time, lack of schedules and routine, comes up with solutions on the fly, may lose track of items around the house. Doesn't mind a little mess, but has likes to stiffy up when they have guests coming over. And also might be considered the fun parent.
How did I fall into A? I feel like B was like up and down.
Maybe you're C like me. No, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like you're very organized. You like to plan your dinners for the most part. You're a little stricter on your
like
kids.
to wing it.
Yeah, you don't like to wing it.
Yeah.
You're stricter on your kids than me. Well, they're older now, so I think you're a little less strict, but I don't know. I guess I just was
I also feel like I was watching this video and this girl, she was talking in her car and mid-sentence, she's like at a drive-thru or whatever, and mid-sentence she like pulls off the wrapper of her straw, like the paper wrapper. She sticks her straw in and she just takes the wrapper and just like chucks it in the back seat. And I was like, like, why? What was that for? Like, none of that made sense to me, to where when I ran to the comments, every comment was about like agreeing with her what she was talking about, and I was just like, I literally typed it, I stopped paying attention the moment she threw the straw wrapper. We can't be friends after that. I don't understand.
Okay. Where do you put your wrappers?
In the cup holder.
Let me tell you, my wrappers are, actually, no. Okay, I kind of fibbed a little there, I think. Because depending, if I'm on the passenger side, I just like take it and just throw it out, clean it later. But if I'm on the driver's side, I normally take it off and put it on the door where my door is. That's like my little trash can.
No, I usually will like, roll it up or fold it up, like origami fold that shit up, and I will tuck it under my drink until I'm done. I don't want to see it either. I don't even want to see it in my door frame. I can't.
Yeah, it's in my door frame. You want to see my door frame? I'll show you a video later.
No, ma'am.
All the little wrappers from all my little drinks.
Nope, because I had to go pick up Jesse's car. We swapped cars, and when I got it home, I literally cleaned the entire thing out. I was just like, no, sir. I don't understand why when you get out of your car, why the trash doesn't go with you. That way, it's a perfect reset every single time. That's my mentality of just take it with you. When you pull into the driveway, the trash can's right there. Just But I got my kids in the habit, so I'm like, you better take that shit with you. Like, they know it does not stay in the car, even in Jesse's car. I don't know where he gets it from. It drives me crazy.
Well, his brother's definitely like you and does not have any. He's literally like sits it on top and he's waiting to finish his drink to throw it in there.
Yes.
Like, why?
Yes. See, it's funny because, okay, so we haven't spoken on here for a while and we can catch some people up. The last time we saw each other, I went with you to the zoo with a field trip.
Yeah. And with fifth graders.
It was kind of nice to kind of just tag along instead. This is the first time that I ever haven't like inserted myself, because typically when I'm the chaperone, I'm like, ice forward, get over here, stop talking. Like,
was I a chill chaperone or what? Like, those popsicles were a hit. Like, I was a favorite.
Bird show amphitheater, kicking my feet with my otter pop. This is the best field trip ever, guys.
Yeah, they loved me.
Whose mom brings otter pops in a Stanley Cup to the zoo?
I do.
I was enjoying every bit of it.
Because I was so nervous because they were like, oh, you can't buy things. And they always say that. And I've gone on field trips before where I've had like 4 kids or something and I'll buy them like the icy and split it between them. But like they were being super like kept sending reminders like you cannot buy food. And so I was like,
she was a bad girl.
So then I was like, okay, like I'm going to just bring Otter Pops, like, you know? So then I brought those. And then I seen other parents buying the kids, like, one of the moms she had a group of 4 boys. She had the smallest group. And so she got them, like, icy and, like, split. I can tell she split it. So I was like, oh, that's nice. But the other kids were like, I thought we're not supposed to buy nothing. I was like, I know. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't look over there.
Yeah. Mind your business.
Aw.
But
Yeah, I feel like, just like to finish that off, I feel like type A moms are very like, no signs of a child in the house. So I feel like I'm definitely not there. Although when people come over, I'm like, shit, people are coming. Like, I have to make sure that we look like we don't live here.
And I'm so opposite. I was telling my aunt today, actually, that you say that. She's having people over. And she was like, oh my gosh, I gotta clean. And I'm like, your house, you made it into a home. It is supposed to look lived in. Being in our house now, like sometimes, like I've been leaving the upstairs living room, like it's more of like my drop zone, but I'll pick it up later. But if people are downstairs and walk in, they're like, it's so nice and clean. And, like, but I'm like, I want it to feel lived in though. I don't want to feel like, oh, I can't leave something there. And, I don't know. I think it's hard when you live with people that are like OCD. Because I'm like, if I put my cup there, I want to come back and drink it. And sometimes between my two dishwashers, I'm going to call them dishwashers. I can't get to my drink. And I want our house to feel like a home and feel lived in. And I feel like when people come over, they shouldn't feel like, oh, I don't want to leave anything. I don't know. I just am like that.
Yeah. Except for when I go to someone else's house, I'm very much like, I'm going to put my plate in the sink, or I'm going to wash my plate. Or I can't just, like, I remember when me and Jesse first started dating and we would go to his mom's, and it was just kind of like, just leave it on the table. And I'm like, no, this don't feel right. And how she is, like, I deja leave it, like, and I'm like, I can't do this, like, I can't just, we're not a restaurant. We don't just get up and walk out and just leave our plate and cup and fork and everything on the table. And it just, I could never get used to that. Like, I don't know. And when I'm a guest in someone's house, like, I'm going to make sure that I clean up behind myself.
Yeah. No, definitely that's different. But yeah, I think in my own house, I want people to feel like we live here and that we're not like, and I feel like that's my biggest conversation with some people. I'm like, yeah, we live here.
But it is funny because I did have like a thought yesterday, because for reasons I've been home. So I've been thinking, like, if you come to my house unannounced and I'm not dressed in jeans and, like, hair done, makeup done, whatever done, I should not be judged in my own house. I didn't expect you to come. I'm in my environment. Do not judge me for something that, like, I'm obviously going to be embarrassed about, but, like, I don't think I can get over that. I struggle with that. Like, should I get up and put myself together, but I'm just going to be home?
No, if I have my bra off, I'm not putting it on if you come over.
No, yeah, I get it. Like, you're in your space.
Yeah. Sometimes I will, depending on what shirt I'm wearing. But I'm like, if I'm wearing something where, like, it's like this, I mean, I have a bra on right now. But, like, like you said, like, if I'm wearing my shorts, I'm not gonna. No, not happening. Sorry.
So how do you think that being I don't think I'm a type A. I think type A is very, like, strict and stern and a little too like overwhelming.
Like, yeah.
I feel like, because out of the video that I saw where she was just like immaculate, like pristine home, no artwork on the fridge type, mom.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit more type B, and I'm pretty sure you're great at what you do, but you function well in the chaos. So, like, you always make sure if that project is due next morning and they told you at 8:00 at night, like, you're making it happen. I'm pissed and I'll make it happen, but, like, you're definitely going to hear it from me. And I feel like you're just more like, this is fine. We're going to get through this. Like, I'm just like, hell no.
I know.
How do you think that, what do you think your children will take away from that? Do you think that they will then turn into their own type personality, or do you think that they will follow your lead?
I think they all have tons of different aspects of it, because I feel like some of them, obviously because of their, like, conditions, they thrive on routine. The other day The bus lady said she came, but we didn't hear her. So he was upset. He didn't take his bus. It threw off his morning routine. But then he adjusted like later on. But I had to talk him through that.
Yep.
And then my other one says clutter, but organized mess of hers.
Like, I know where I left things. Clutter.
Yeah. And I'm like, your room's not clean. She's like, yeah, this. And then you have
Isaac.
You have Aiden, and he's just like, I'm like, clean your room. He's like, okay, Mom. And he puts his stuff where it goes. He knows. He makes his bed. Like, he's easier to tell him to clean. I don't know. I hope they I try. This is something you maybe could relate to. I was, talking to someone, and they're like, your kids aren't supposed to, be your friend. They're supposed to hate. She said hate, but I had corrected her and said, well, they're not supposed to hate you. It's okay for them to dislike you or be mad at you sometimes. That's how I feel. I just feel like I want to raise my kids to where, yes, they should respect me, respect adults, but also, feel comfortable coming to me. I don't want them to fear us.
Yeah.
I want them to be able to be like, Mom, I made a mistake. Or I want them to come to me before they make a mistake. Like, hey, Mom, my friends are thinking about doing this, or I'm curious about this. What do you think? I don't know if I'm ready. What do you, I want them to come to me. So I feel like sometimes, like you said, I'm kind of passive. I'm like, okay, we'll get through it. But I also hope that, take into that consideration that, Mom didn't, chew me out. She helped me get through it. And then I feel like after we get past it, I kind of always talk to them again and be like, hey, that happening isn't okay. We need to figure out how to do better next time. I don't want them to feel like that punishment right away, because I want them to feel like they can come to me. Because in the next assignment, they're going to be like, never mind, I'm not going to tell my mom, and just fail it,
Be too afraid. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. I think at this point, with my kids being as old as they are, I think what they've taken away from it is that, my mom's a ride or die. She's going to help me, but, I know I messed up. I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and tell her. So if that's anything that you can take away from it, then definitely, I call it a blessing, because at least they know they can come to me, whether it be negative, positive, good, bad, awkward. They know they can come to me. But ultimately, if you're putting me in a situation that was supposed to be your situation, but now you got me looped into this, I'm a ride for you, but I'm gonna be very pissed off. That's the same thing for you. If you had a situation where you're like, SB, I really need your help right now, and I hate to tell you this, but blah 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 blah, and I'd be like, fuck, Cassie, all right, let's go. But I'm gonna lecture you the whole way there. But at least you could come to me.
I mean, I did. I would send you an assignment at 8 p.m. Hey, can you edit this? It's 2 at midnight. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I know. No, I mean, but I think that's really good that you're bringing your kids up like that. And you have, 4 different personalities in your house that you have to work around. I only have the 2, and they're pretty easygoing. So I'll give it that.
You didn't include Jesse?
Nah.
Just kidding. Nah, just kidding.
Nah. No. Because I feel like for the most part, he will figure stuff out for himself, unless he very, very cannot, or just it has to be done during the day or work, office hours or something like that. Then other than that, I think he'll figure it out himself. But he will come to me negative, positive. I hope this doesn't make you mad. I hope this doesn't upset you. He knows that he can still come to me and be truthful. So that works. Communication is key. Did you see my question that I had put into our notes, since we're on the parenting topic?
Yeah.
A little bit of them. Okay. I wrote a couple of different random ones.
I know you were editing and I didn't see where they went.
Okay. So there's one on here that kind of ties into where we're going right now. I wrote, would you want a child that was 100% you or 100% your partner? Because you and Danny don't have children together.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a child together, would you pray that the child was more like you or more like him? And you can take your time on that one.
I don't even need to take my time. Sorry, babe. I know you listen. But he will say it too. I have the better heart and the brain, so the child should be like me. Love you. What's your answer? It's you, huh? It's you. Don't lie. You can't lie.
No, but I don't know. Like, Jesse has really good qualities about him. Like,
I think Daniel doesn't, but 100%.
I don't know, because I think I'm my own worst critic. And so when I look at Jesse, okay, first of all, we're both stubborn. We're both foul-mouthed. We're both attitude. Like, we're both assholes. But
so it doesn't matter.
Creative.
Say.
No, he's way more creative than I am. We're smart in different ways, but I feel like I would rather want my child to have his type of smartness. Like, does that make sense? Like, I know a lot of shit about shit. My dad told me that, but
you know a lot of shit about shit.
I know a lot of shit about shit, which means I just know random facts. Like, I don't know why I know the things that I know. I just do. Where Jesse's like amazingly smart. And I'm just like, how did you know that? Like, I don't know. So, and, you know, with my ADD, with my obsessive stuff, like, I wouldn't wish that upon my own child. So technically, I would be okay with having a child like him. And he's so compassionate. I don't have that. I don't know how to be that. So, like, yeah, his love language, his everything, I would rather have a child that's like him. If I had to pick. If it was an opportunity to pick.
Interesting. No, I picked me.
Because what quality?
I just think I'm awesome. I'm great. Why not? I wouldn't like to give it my depression or anything like that. But I think, I don't know. I feel like the same. Like, I feel like Daniel and I are different kind of smart. Like, the other day he laughs at me because I was like, what's this plus this or this times what? He can do numbers like that, you know?
So can Jesse.
They can, and Jesse and him and Jesse, like, you can say a saying and they're like, it's this movie at this, like, they know exactly where to take it. Like, how? Yes. Like, I don't know. There's just, my brain's just not compatible.
They reserve their memory for specific things. Like, I just...
Yeah. Literally. Because I'm like, I mean, you could probably do yours, but I can't even remember my license number. And he's like, oh, mine's da da da. I'm like, let me pull mine out. Like, I'm like, I remember my social.
Yeah, no pop quizzes, thank you.
But I also feel like I'm more of like the like forms and organize like that. And the compassion part is me. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm just awesome. So why not have another me?
Maybe we would have a really well blended child with our partners then.
Yeah.
Because I could see that being a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so with volleyball season, right? I'm in the bleachers and I took Renzo with me to one of the games now that he's out of school. His finals have been done. So he went with me and it's me. Well, I took my mom. So my mom, me, Lorenzo, and his dad. We're all in the same bleacher. Okay, yeah, Renzo plays volleyball. But he's very much like critiquing, not being like a, you know, let's go Tigers. Like he's like,
let's go.
No, this is where he messed up. He should have done this. He should, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, bro, can we just like be here for your brother? Like, just cheer, just have a good time. And instead, he's like kind of that spectator that just has something to say. And so me and his dad both looked at him and we're like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're just being too much right now. And his literal response was, well, what do you expect? I'm a product of you two. And I realized, yeah. Like, that's probably where we fucked up. We had created two children that are so like defensive and smart mouth and quick with it and just like
that wit they have.
No fucks given. And I'm like, oh my God, which got me to thinking, Would you rather want a child who's more like you or more like your partner?
Yeah. Me.
Oh my God. Huh. I need listeners to go in and comment their thoughts about this, because it really makes you think. When you're having relations with people, you don't think about, if I get pregnant, blah, 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 blah. Like, you just don't think about it all the way.
I mean, look at me and my kids. I literally am like, dude, our genetics just fucked our kids. They fucked them.
Mm-hmm.
They're great kids and they have good qualities.
Mm-hmm.
But if I look at, like, and I've said this before in here, like, you know, I had Emma, first one tricked you, you have another. Okay. Obviously, I had them so close, I didn't have even time to process that there was, like, could have been a genetic factor. And then there's a third, and I'm like, he's just going. He's my one with no problems. And then boom. And I literally tell their dad, I mean, obviously, their dad and I are on way better terms, if no one knows this that listens. I haven't really spoke about it, but we're on, you know, good terms right now. I mean, of course, we also agree we're still going to have, like, bumps in the road. But right now we're good. Yes, it can happen. Sometimes you just gotta take someone out of the equation. I'm just kidding.
It just takes 10 years.
Yeah, it just takes time. But we say it like we're like, it's like, obviously we know, like, it's we fucked them. Like,
well, you can't
see
that from the outside. You
can't
know.
Yeah, no, you can't. And but
although it would be nice if you had a child that looked like you, that'd be a little bit better. How do all of his children copy and paste?
Aiden looks like me.
I still don't see it.
Emma looks like me when I was her age.
Yeah, as I say, when you're a baby, but there are moments where I still see they are just completely 100%.
Even Aiden? No way.
Especially Aiden.
Aiden?
Yes.
No, Rowan is spinning image.
No, because one time I looked at Aiden and I was like, can you not look like your dad right now?
No, not my baby.
Yes.
Kind of going into that, so this is kind of towards the subject. We were talking about, like, the kids, like, the boys, like, how, you know, Daniel's really strict with Emma, and I was like, you better be the same with the boys. And I was like, boys, you know, need to learn to rap it. They can, you know, it's almost worse, you know. And he was like, oh, I feel like we wouldn't have to, like, worry too much, like, about Aiden. Because he's more of, like, he's curious, but he's like, like, I like my games. And he's like, and, you know, Santino's very, like, quiet. And I'm like, it's the quiet ones you gotta be careful. But
absolutely.
He definitely was like, you know, oh, Rowan's gonna be, like, the heartbreaker. Like, I just know it. Like, and I was like, I don't know, because I asked him already, like, do you like girl? I mean, kids nowadays, they start, like, having these little crushes, but he's so, like, no, Mom, no, gross. Like, no. He was like, this one girl said she liked me, and I was like, get away. Like, that's weird. We're in third grade.
You have a booger in your nose.
He was like, we're in third grade. And I'm like, that's my boy.
That's right.
He said he doesn't want to have a girlfriend until he's 18. Doubt that's going to happen.
We can make that happen. We can make that happen.
I was like...
he said he doesn't want an official.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, can I record you saying that? So when you say you want a girlfriend at, like, 15, I'll be like, remember, you said 18. But yeah.
You know what's funny is my dad, when I was in high school, my dad used to tell me, date. Don't be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Just go date. Go date. Date as many boys as you want. Date. Go out on dates. Go to the movies. Go to dinner. Go to whatever. Date. Don't worry about a relationship. I wish I would have listened to him, man, if I could go back in time.
Oh, I dated, and I would make sure, like, if I did have a boyfriend, he didn't go to my school, because
absolutely,
I was like, right, no, like, no, I need to have my life, my time.
None of the boys that I dated went to the same school as me. That I listened to, because you do not shit where you eat. Period.
Nope.
What was your next one?
My next one? Okay, so this is something that I feel like people don't realize they say a lot and like don't really think about what they're saying. When it's like people always say like I will die for my child, but like what are you willing to change in yourself now or like sacrifice? Like your child doesn't like that or needs you to. And I'm just gonna throw this example. It would be like a vape. Like something you're kind of addicted to or like prefer or like, you know? Would you, like parents are just like, I'll die for my child, but like I'm not going to give that up because I enjoy it.
Right. You are dying.
Like, yeah. Like, are you willing to change like how you know, your body, working out, you know, eating healthier or, you know, in my sense, a lot of this came up in this like, I follow these people about like, restudying, like going through the Bible from the beginning to the end and like changing your mindset and like being open to, you know, that. Are you willing to like make those sacrifices and make those changes?
Okay.
Or like even to like in your marriage, like have your kids see you and your child be like happy, you know, your child, your husband and you know? So I think like that's kind of made me think and like, it's like, dang, like sometimes we say, like, I had to sacrifice, you know, I wanted to be a flight attendant. I never did that because I had kids. But I wouldn't say, like, I sacrificed that for my kids. Like, you know, that was just, like, a choice. I ended up going into a whole new career, and look at me now. But it's, like, really sacrifice. Like, would I give up something while I'm living to, like, have a better life with my kids?
One of the first things that just like completely popped into my mind as you were saying all of that is changing my environment. I needed to change my environment for the better of my children. So if it was the same thing as, you know, I would die for my children, like I almost did. So for me, having to change that situation and take them out of that and be in an apartment with zero furniture for, you know, 6 months, that's what I needed to do. So if I've always been in survival mode. I've always been a fighter. And I feel like that was one of the hardest decisions that I had to make for my children. But it ended up being the best decision for my children. Yeah. That's kind of just like where my mind went. Yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. Like, would you take a bullet for me, or would you die for me, or would you blah, blah, blah? Like, I would. But is it going to mean anything in the long run? Like, I'm probably thinking a little bit too literal, but what can I do today that's going to affect you in 10 years? Yeah. That's kind of like where I was thinking changing my entire environment is probably what I needed to sacrifice and go through some struggle to come out on the other side for the better of my children.
The way I grew up, I feel like sometimes I always felt like him or me, you know, but not till I was adult realizing that like she wasn't picking him. It was her picking to get me out of the environment, you know? And I didn't appreciate that or really, I wouldn't say like appreciate, but I wouldn't have like, I used to hold so much against that. As an adult going to therapy and working through my, you know, stuff, I realized like, okay, no, like that wasn't a selfish act of hers, you know? But I do feel like for me, like I think about like, well, you know, the things with their dad, how we separated and how, you know, we tried ending on like the best terms. And then of course things turned bad later, but like full circle, here we are now, you know, and I will continue. And I feel like something that people don't understand as parents, and you can understand as a co-parent, like we sacrifice stuff daily to where I don't feel I ever have to tell my child, like, I will die for you. Like you said, like, you tell your kids, like, your boys, I will ride for you, I'll be there for you. But it's like, I don't feel like I have to go to that extreme with my children.
Yeah. I think that they feel their love and they feel they're safe with you no matter what. So I don't think that's something that you ever have to really explain to them. It threw me down like a whole loop of just I think about, like, if I wasn't here, my children set up to be okay without me. And
Mm-hmm.
if I was SD as a child, and my mom had to sacrifice herself, like, where would I be?
Mm-hmm.
Where would I go? And that foundation was not solid.
Mm-hmm.
So if she had to take a bullet for me, would it be worth it? Because where would that lead me?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have,
Yeah.
that single mom mentality is completely different than just a mom mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I would die for them. I think that I would fight for them, but I don't think that I could die, because then there wouldn't be anybody left to stand up to
Yeah.
them or be there.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you do everything in your power to make sure that your kids are equipped to be okay without you? Because
No, I don't.
that's what sacrifice is.
Mm-hmm. I know. I think about things. I think about, like, obviously my grandma's getting older. And, like, I literally tell Danielle, like, if something happens to my grandma, like, you have to take care of the kids. Like, I'm not going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and, like, you're, like, going to have to figure it out, It's, like, these
Completely.
conversations you have to have, because it's, like, even if I'm physically here,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, something happens to you, like, something can happen in your life to where you're just
knocks you off your feet.
And who's gonna keep the order? Who's gonna,
Yeah.
And I think those plans are, like, important to talk to, like, with your partner about, or have a plan. I remember when we weren't married, and he would be like, "Babe, like, don't pull the plug," and I said, "Well, you better talk to your mom, because I don't have a say. Like, I'm just your girlfriend." That's why he married me. I'm just kidding.
Stop. Shit. She made it obvious. I better marry her.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
She said she'll charge her phone. No, just kidding.
Push me down the stairs. I don't want to be on life support. Thank you. It was an accident, everybody.
You got it. I got you.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't think men have ever had those conversations about themselves, though. Like, because, I mean, the mom is just always the person to take care of everything. Like, always.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, let me hit you up with a little bit of Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
The dad, Richard Gilmore, he did all the money, the financing, all. She was just, I won't want to say just a housewife, but she literally said this in the show. Like, I'm just a housewife. Like, I schedule everything. I make sure the dinners are there. I organize, do all this stuff. She's like, I don't even know how to do a tax form or simple, So it's like, if he ended up not dying, he had surgery and, like, made it. But, like, if he would have died, she was like, what do I do? Yeah. And then they ended up having a plan. So then the next time he had, like, a heart attack, she was like, okay, I need, she was, like, prepared. So I think that's just, like, a good example. Like, sometimes you have these relationships where one takes care of this, and then, like, if something would have happened to her, he didn't know how to organize dinner, or like certain things, So it's kind of like, yeah. So you think, like, in reality, that's kind of how life is, like, in most households, like, but it's good to have those conversations to be like, communication, and know, like, here's my little black book if I die, and here's all the passwords, and this is what you do.
I actually already have one of those. I do. Jesse knows where it's at in case anything happens. But he insists he's going to die first, and I was just like, you can't die first, because that's just not how this works. Like, I'm not going to be stuck here.
We're dying like the Notebook. Got it?
At the same time.
Same time.
Yeah. It's so funny because as you said, you haven't heard of Karma and Chaos, so I got started on that podcast and kind of trying to catch up to the current ones. And you know how Kale's always like, I don't want to live till I'm 60. Like, when I'm 65, I want to die. Like, that's it. But she actually said that she told Elijah that when she dies at 65, that he is not allowed to move on without her. And he was like, okay. Like, he just goes with it, right? And she was like, you can't fall in love with anybody after me because when I die, like, you're going to be buried next to me. So if you remarry, like fall in love and remarry, you're going to get buried next to them and you're just going to leave me here?
Mhm.
And you're just going to leave me here to be buried by myself?
Yeah.
And this is why I don't want to be buried.
Yeah. No, cremate me, put me into jewelry, feed me to the whales.
Already told you. He's going to walk around and eat me like Fun Dip until he runs out. And then he can go on and be married again.
He could go. No,
When there's
put
nothing
me
left.
put me in capsules and swallow me, and then you could go get remarried.
Yeah. I need to be with you a little bit longer. I just never thought of that. Like, oh my God.
You're all, bitch, you're gonna taste me, okay? Just saying.
I just was like, wait, if you're widowed and then you remarry, do you then go and get buried with your new spouse? Because you're going to live a longer life with them.
No. So it will be in the will that they have to be buried with me. But I'm not getting buried. But anyways, that's what I would put if you're smart. Again, I watch a lot of shows. And this one show, it's not Gilmore Girls. It was, I can't think of it anymore. It's off the air. The husband died really young and got buried. She and him are to be buried together. But the new husband's plot was added. So
No.
she
No,
laid
not sleeping together. No.
she laid to rest between both of her husbands.
No. I don't have another answer. It's no. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, you're not allowed to move on. I mean, that's why he's gonna go first.
I mean, I wouldn't remarry. Like, I don't also want to be buried, but I wouldn't remarry at this point. Like,
You
have
never
no
know.
No.
What if you were like 75 and he died and you're in an old home and
way too late.
And then this guy's like, you know what? I like to paint diamonds too, or whatever you do with your diamonds.
Not my diamond art.
Your diamond art. And then you're like, okay. And then he's like, will you go steady with me?
Nope.
No?
Nope. If I was 75 and Jesse passed away, I'm celibate the rest of my life. I'm not doing it.
Well, I didn't say you had sex. You probably couldn't even get up at that age.
I don't know. And I didn't say younger. Older.
That's true.
I just don't think that
You're
I
a
could remarry at that point.
Nurse. I need you to change my batteries. They're dead again.
Call him Mr. Willie in the nightstand.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is fun.
It was fun.
I have one last question for you before we get off this episode. Is it sock, shoe, or is it sock, shoe?
What?
Think of when you're getting dressed.
Okay.
How do you put your shoes on?
I put both of my socks on.
And then both of your shoes.
And then
right?
my shoes.
Listen, if you're doing sock, shoe, you're weird. Period. Fight me. It's sock, shoe. Period.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
The only time I would say I would do sock shoe is like, remember when we went to the beach and we wore tennis shoes? Like I did one sock. Like that makes sense because you're trying not to get like sand.
No, I'm talking
on your
day
sock.
to day.
No, sock.
Day. Yeah, no. Weird. You're weird.
I think some of my kids do sock shoes.
Bring them in so I can tell them they're weird. Okay, and last bit of advice. Do not put temporary tattoos on your face. Do you see this? It's not cute. I ripped my skin off.
You ripped your skin?
Yes. So on Saturday, I went up. My sister had her 40th birthday at a beautiful, cute little brewery.
Oh yeah, I loved your tattoos.
It was so cute, right? I was rocking them. I was feeling great. I was a couple drinks in. I was like, tattoos. And
How long
I
did you
thought it
leave
was
it on?
cute. See, here's the thing. The next day, they wanted to go to the Sacramento Fair. And I was like, I can't go in public with tattoos on my face. So I got in the shower and washed my face, washed my makeup. Makeup remover wipes, makeup remover, my actual apricot scrub. And then I got out of the shower and I was like, there's still a tattoo on my face. There's still a tattoo on my face. So I took soap and water on a towel and scrubbed it. And apparently it took my skin off with it. I also had 2 on my neck that I then had to explain to my husband that they were not hickeys.
Friend, why didn't you call me, or why didn't you use alcohol?
I don't know. I panicked because I didn't want to be out in public with tattoos on my face. And then Jesse goes,
Rubbing
it was
alcohol.
a cute... I know. I just wasn't thinking. Jesse was like, it was a cute tattoo. You should have just left it. And I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking. I just knew. And then my other sisters were like, oh, yeah, these temporary tattoos are not coming off. I'm like, oh, fuck. So, heed my warning. Do not put temporary tattoos on your face.
Yeah, I will. I mean, the mustaches we had the weekend before were pretty nice.
Those were absolutely epic.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Joey and AB. Congratulations on your engagement, by the way. I cannot wait.
I can't wait. I can't
It's
wait.
gonna be great. I'm so excited. Okay, my friend.
All
Ready
right.
to kick rocks
I guess...
on here? Or you got anything else for me?
No, that was all today. I'm just going to be enjoying my vacation.
Okay, sounds good with me. I will catch up with you on the flip side. We also need to do a full catch up on the Diddy case. Now that it's going to be wrapping up pretty soon.
I also want to record in person one day soon.
Yeah. Yeah, we should. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Bye, bestie.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks for listening to another hour of our bullshit.
Make sure you follow us on all of our socials at BFIL.podcast.
You can catch us every week on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Bye, besties.